I used to believe fasting was the ultimate shortcut. Think about it. If I stopped eating, the math should work out. No calories in, fat burns off, pounds melt away. Simple, right? At least that's what I told myself. Sitting in my quiet kitchen one morning with only a glass of water in my hand, staring out the window, like I had discovered some secret of the universe. No breakfast, no lunch, just water and tea. I called it mental strength. What I didn't realize was that I wasn't just testing my willpower, I was about to test every single part of my body and mind. At first it felt almost magical. The weight came off quickly. I looked in the mirror after a week of intermittent fasting, specifically the 16-8 method, fasting for 16 hours, eating only during 8. The scale went down, my face looked a little less bloated, and I thought I'd finally cracked the code. The rules made sense too. Give the body time to rest, lower insulin, burn fat more efficiently. Eating fewer meals meant fewer chances to overeat. It seemed so obvious, I wondered why I hadn't done it earlier. But like every shiny new thing in life, the glow didn't last. The first cracks appeared quietly, a little more fatigue here, a bit of irritability there, then the hunger, oh the hunger. Not just, I could eat something hunger, but the kind that makes you think about food every second of the day. I started counting down the minutes until my eating window opened, and when it did, I pounced like a lion on a buffet. And guess what? I didn't crave salad or grilled chicken. No. My body screamed for fried food, cookies, anything sugary or greasy. And I gave in. Ironically, fasting made me eat more. I stuffed myself because my body felt deprived, and guilt always followed right after. Instead of becoming disciplined, I became trapped in a cycle. Starve, binge, regret, repeat. My weight went back up, my energy plummeted, my sleep was restless, and worst of all, I felt ashamed. Not because fasting didn't work, but because I felt like I had failed at something I thought was supposed to be simple. The consequences crept in deeper than just body weight. My digestion started to suffer. My metabolism slowed. I sat in my doctor's office once, looking at test results that made me realize my body was waving a big red flag. My relationship with food had turned toxic. I wasn't eating to nourish myself anymore, I was eating against a clock, obeying rules that didn't always make sense for my lifestyle or health. And that's when it finally hit me. Fasting isn't the enemy. The real enemy is doing it without listening to your body. Not everyone reacts badly to fasting. Some thrive on it, and I respect that. But if you've ever dealt with disordered eating, unstable blood sugar, or if your daily life is already exhausting, fasting can feel less like a tool and more like a punishment. And I had punished myself enough. So I didn't quit fasting entirely, but I changed how I approached it. I softened the rules. I told myself no food after 8 p.m., that's it. No obsessing over 16 hours. No stressing over whether I broke the fasting window by 5 minutes. I focused more on what I ate, not just when. Balanced meals with protein, vegetables, healthy fats, and complex carbs. I drank water throughout the day, slept earlier, and started paying attention to how my body actually felt. And something shifted. The weight didn't drop like magic, but I felt calmer. I wasn't fighting my own body anymore. I didn't dread meal times. My energy came back. I learned that the real benefit of fasting wasn't in extremes, but in moderation and consistency. It was never about proving my willpower. It was about building a rhythm I could live with. If you ask me today whether fasting works, I'll tell you the truth. Yes, it can. For some people, it's the perfect system. But for others, it's a slippery slope. It all depends on why you're doing it. If you treat it like a punishment, it will backfire. If you treat it like a tool and adapt it to your life, it might actually help. But you have to put health above speed. No diet, no method, no miracle plan is worth losing your peace of mind. I used to believe in shortcuts, the fastest way, the easiest hack. But weight loss, and more importantly, health, isn't about shortcuts. It's about patience. It's about learning how to live with your body instead of fighting against it. Fasting taught me that lesson the hard way, but it's a lesson I needed. So, if you're sitting there, scrolling through videos, wondering whether you should try fasting or not, here's my advice. Don't copy someone else's path just because they lost 20 pounds in a month. Your body is unique. Your journey is yours. It's okay if it takes longer. It's okay if you stumble. What matters is that you keep moving forward, one small step at a time. And if today feels like a bad day, if you broke your fast early, if you overate, if you feel like you failed, please hear this. You haven't failed. You're learning, and you're not alone. Every one of us who has tried to change has faced setbacks. That doesn't mean we stop, it just means we adjust, breathe, and keep going. At the end of it all, fasting wasn't the magic solution I thought it would be. But it gave me something even better: the realization that no single method defines success. What defines it is the willingness to care for your body with patience and respect. And that's something no scale can measure. So, if you're walking this path too, let's walk it together. Share your story, learn from mine, and if you want to keep exploring these journeys with me, subscribe to the channel, because none of us have to do this alone. And remember, you don't need to be perfect, you just need to keep going. One day, one choice, one meal at a time.